Welcome back, gang. It's Deltia from deltiasgaming.com, and I want to do some more Q&A type stuff, question and answer. So I got 10 questions for you. Some are pretty interesting, pretty gritty, so let's get to it. Question number 1 from Chrome. Will you ever play ESO full-time again, or will you move on to newer things? And will there be Fallout 4 Let's Plays? So Fallout 4 Let's Plays, I am trying to record that, but I want to make sure I get it all done at once and then kind of break up the episodes after I talked about Fallout 4 helping me get over my addiction. So yeah, I'm working on that right now. Regarding ESO or the Elder Scrolls Online, I just really don't have any passion for it. And every time I go back there, I'm pretty much super negative, and I just don't like that. And people that like the game deserve content creators that like the game. And just me making videos on it without my passion, look, I want to live my dream, and I want to do what I'm passionate about. And that doesn't always mean things are going to be easy or perfect or whatever, but I just don't have any love for the game anymore. Nothing against the developers or the people that do like it. It's just, you know, it's come and gone for me. And the time commitment it takes to stay relevant and to basically come out with all the class builds, all that sort of stuff, every new patch, it's unrealistic, and I just don't have the fire for it. So yeah, I'm moving on, and you know, hey, gamer fitness, gym rat, that sort of thing, helping people, inspire them, that's my goal. That's what really I value right now. So this comes from Twitter. Morrowind RPG asks a really good question. Is there one quality you look for when deciding to stick to a game or not? For example, you overlook a game's major flaws if it's fun. Well, I mean, that's kind of backing up to the ESO thing, and why I left is basically, is it fun? Is it enjoyable? I mean, even though Elder Scrolls Online was technically a job for me, I've left jobs that were high paying because I didn't enjoy it. Look, you know, I almost died in the military, and what I learned from that is you can get snuffed out real quick on a car accident, plane accident, some crazy heart disease thing. I would rather be homeless and do something I like versus having a Bentley and doing something I don't every day. So with that being said, it just needs to be enjoyable and fun. And every game has, you know, kind of a hamster wheel system of, oh, I gotta go collect mats so I can make potions. And there's some of that, you know, every game can have, especially MMOs. But at the end of the day, do you desire logging in to like enjoy the game or play with your friends, or you know, like, man, I can't wait to get off work to go play this. Man, I can't wait to get off work and you know, or wake up early and play the game. I just didn't have that. And so when I don't have that, when I don't have that fire, that desire, that passion, it's like I'd rather spend my time doing something that, you know, I do have that fire for. So Elder Scrolls Online, you know, didn't really give me that. And so I moved on, came back, moved on, came back. It's kind of like a bad relationship, right? Where you always get back with your ex, and both people need to move on. Hey, the game's doing great without me, and a lot of great content creators without me, and that's great. And, you know, good for them. And I found my passion with getting in shape and trying to help people accomplish their goals. So it was a great divorce. But I would say you gotta like it. If you don't, why are you doing it? Last comment I'll say is, like, basically, I would log in Elder Scrolls Online, and most of the people I would play with or hang around with spent more time complaining about the game than enjoying it. It's like, why are you doing something where all you do is, oh, F ZOS, these idiots did this, or I can't believe the game has this, or they haven't fixed this yet. If it's that bad, you're spending your time in a negative atmosphere. That's not good for you. Move on. And I screwed up, kept trying to come back, but, you know, it's time to move on. Next question comes from Greg on Twitter. What's next for Deltia? Well, basically two different you know, avenues here. I got the gamer to gym rat thing, and then I got gaming. So let's talk about gaming first. So regarding gaming, I'm a gamer, yo. I mean, I love playing video games. I'm not going to stick to one game like that's my thing, you know, only ever again. Just because I got burnt out, and you know, if the game goes a different direction and you don't like it, well, you're kind of like tied to it, you know what I mean? So I want to do a combination of like Let's Plays, which is basically like, you know, kind of like a live stream, condensed, edited, me talking, kind of, you know, enjoying the game together, and then also like a general guide. So like how to line a site, how to join a good guild, you know, just basic information that can be applied to like any game, and it can help you enjoy your games better while still playing games that interest me. Because look, if I play it, like let's say Destiny 2 comes out and, you know, everyone else loves it, but it's just a grind and I don't, I'm moving on. I don't care how popular it is or this or that and the other. you know, life's too short to do stuff that you don't like. So I'll move on and stick to different games I like. Fallout 4, hey, it's still great. I'm playing the crap out of it. Next sort of thing is the gamer to gym rat thing. So I got 6 months left in my journey, and what I'm planning on doing is kind of taking it like a competitive bodybuilder would. And I'm not a bodybuilder per se, like, you know, I'm not super huge or anything, but getting, like, doing really strict dieting for 16 weeks and taking some final, maybe professional pictures at the end and doing it naturally. See where I can get. And if I have good genetics and I can get really lean on my own and do it, I think I want to take it to the next level, which is compete. So we'll have to see if there's shows around here in Omaha and, you know, have the ultimate goal of becoming a professional. Not a professional bodybuilder per se. There's different classes. So, you know, fitness is where I'd try to go. You know, about 185, 200-pound beach body look. I'm at 5'10". So that's something I can achieve at my age, 33. You know, it might take me 10 years to get there. It might take me 3. I don't know. But I believe I can achieve it. But first I need to see realistically, you know, what I'll look like when I diet down, like a competition, prepare for it. And no diuretics, nothing like that, but just honestly see how lean I can get in a year. So I'm about 8 weeks before I start that period, and it'll be just cutting back calories, cutting back carbs, increasing exercise, changing up my splits, and see where I get. And then boom, I'm going to compete if it works out. Who is Ungraceful from Twitter asks, what is the most fun you've ever had playing games? This is a cool question. I'm going to tell you 2 stories. They're both so good. Number one is I was in the Department of Veteran Affairs. I worked for the VA, and I was teaching. Basically, people got hired, and I kind of taught them around the country how to do the job. So I was in Baltimore, Maryland, and it's basically a month-long little deployment, really. So during this month-long deployment, Skyrim came out, and it was 11/11. I'll never forget it. And so we had a 4-day weekend, or a 3-day weekend, I think. I had gone to Baltimore, went to the grocery store, got in my hotel, and got food, planned out all my food, all my drinks, all my water. So, like, I literally did nothing for 3 days but play that game. And it was legitimately 48 hours of no sleep. And I'll never forget it. I was completely lost in Skyrim. Cave after cave after quest after quest. It was just like the ultimate getaway. You know, I mean, I was in Baltimore, I was teaching, but man, when I logged in there for those 2 days, it was just ecstasy in gaming. You just couldn't get enough of it. Story number 2 comes from Iraq, of all things. Got deployed in 2003, 2004 to Iraq, and when I got there, we were the second wave. So 101st Airborne was there. We were the 2nd Infantry Division. So basically, a couple of people from 101st Airborne had an Xbox and a TV, and I offered them some money for it, did my little hustling, and got a TV and Xbox. So Halo was out, so we got Halo, and you know, we'd be going on patrols for 12 hours, but man, we could go back and play Halo. So we got our commanding officer to get in on it. And so he came and played with us a couple times. He's like, all right, I'm going to get the communication guys to basically put like Ethernet cords throughout all the connexes, all of our tents. And then we had like 16-man tournaments of Halo. I'm telling you, man, I always talk about games or getaways, right? I mean, when you're in Iraq, it's 130 degrees and you're doing 12-hour patrols and you're drinking water that's just as hot as the outside. When you come to get 2 hours to sit down and play video games, that's what gaming's all about. So those are the 2 my fondest memories. From Twitter, Xavier asked, you'd like to see workouts and questions about the psychology behind your healthy success. So workouts I can do, but you know, like I said previously, I'm not doing anything crazy. Oh, this is the best, whatever. I'll tell you guys that. Nutrition and fitness and exercise, look, there's a million different programs, and I will never be the guy that says CrossFit sucks, do this, or powerlifting sucks, do this. You got to find out what you like, what you can stick to, and what's good for you, right? So mine is kind of like bodybuilding. I just like lifting weights. It just makes me feel alive, and I love the progress, and I just can't get enough of it. So that's kind of what I stick with. And I love walking. So I'll lift weights for an hour a day, walk for an hour a day, 5 times a week. It's just that simple. Food gets a little more complex depending on what I'm trying to do. So the psychology behind it is you just got to believe. I mean, if you've ever wanted something really bad, I'm not talking about really bad, you have to have it. There's a difference. That's how you get dramatic results in anything in life. I'm reading a book right now called Think and Grow Rich, you know, made in the 1930s after the Great Depression. talks about basically the power of attraction, law of attraction. What you think about is what you get. I mean, throughout history, every person has talked about that. What you think about is what you get. And the desire that you have inside, and your fire in your belly, I'd wake up and go, damn it, I'm getting in shape. And I look down, I'm fat. Don't feel good. Progress is happening really slow. Go to bed. God damn it, I'm getting in shape. Wake up, fat. Look, I just didn't care. I just didn't care. I'm going to do it. It will happen. So I'll tell you a personal story about that for you, and it's called manifestation, and just bringing into existence something that you wouldn't think is possible. My wife and I, you know, our son Maximus, I had never seen someone so obsessed with something ever as my wife to having a child. It wasn't like it was an option we were going to have a child. She was going to have this child. It was going to happen. That's the fire. That's the desire that you have to have if you're having trouble with it. One day to the next, I don't care how it happens. It will happen. It must happen. It has to happen. All the other exercise programs and the diets and stuff, they're important. Without that burning desire, it just wouldn't have happened. So that's what I have, and that's what I still have, and I really want to take it to the next level and see how far I can get. So hopefully that helps you. Okay, Thadium asks, my problem isn't weight loss, it's weight gain. Can't build any muscle since I'm so skinny. I don't know what to do. I eat 3 meals a day, run track and cross country. I used to hit the weights room every day for 2 years, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but saw no improvement, so I stopped and started running more. It's probably just my genes. I'm not meant to build upper body muscle. So I assume you're probably in high school, and look, it's about food. It's about food. Food. Weight training is great, and you know, I do about an hour at a time. Dorian Yates, 6-time Mr. Olympia, lifted for 45 minutes to an hour 4 times a week. So the trick to gaining size or you know, leaning out or whatever, it's diet, it's the food. You need a calorie surplus. That doesn't mean going around eating powder puffs and, you know, donuts and cheeseburgers and stuff like that, though you probably could if you're that lean. You gotta eat a lot. What I say a lot is you need 500-600 calories 6 to 8 times a day, and to kind of see when you start gaining body fat, combined with the strength training program. 3 times a week, hey, that's plenty when you're starting out. So don't think that's the problem. 3 times a week, 1 hour at a time, really intense. You need to be really intense. Cross country might also be cutting into your games, since you might be in a catabolic state. So you're breaking down muscle tissue, it got to repair. That's the 3rd most important principle I can tell you. If you're running cross country, your body has to go, all right, well, let's stop the repair process. We got to deal with this right now. So, you know, I would still do both. If cross country is your passion and you like running, continue to do that. Just realize you're probably going to need to eat more. And if you're doing the cross country, you're going to eat a lot. So I would just maybe Google bodybuilding, you know, weight gainer programs or whatever, and eat. Supplements are great, and you can put a supplement in here if you're in school, a couple scoops of, you know, weight gain or whatever, but it's the food, man. When I've been getting stronger, I've been getting about 2 pounds a week now ever since I cut back on the meds, and it's because I eat. It's just the food. That's what you got to focus on, eating. All right, my buddy Josh from Twitter asked, what is your favorite meal prep meal? I assume meal to eat. And how do you make it? Well, if you're talking about meal prep, I mean, you know, I do weird stuff, so I'm not always dieting, right? And I'll diet down for 8 weeks, lose some body fat, then I'll go back into maintenance, kind of just eat what I want. The thing I love to eat the most is my breakfast meal, which essentially is egg and oats. And it's oatmeal plus blueberries plus a banana. So tons of carbs. I get the high fiber oatmeal. It just tastes fantastic, gives me tons of energy. Also, I do like ground turkey burgers. So I'll get some 93% lean burgers, whole grain buns. You know, I'll do a little ketchup, a little mustard here and there. And I tell you, I love that. So that's not a cheat meal per se, but that's like what I prep meal. If I'm getting a cheat day, it's Five Guys, baby. Huge burger, nasty, salty fries, and I'll feel guilty for a week about it. But man, if I really need a cheat meal, it's Five Guys. All right, this question's crazy. It's from Mel here. I don't even know how to answer this. I'm gonna offend somebody, I know it. But what is the worst and best thing about being male? Oh man, well, I've never been a female that I know of, so I don't know how to answer this. But I mean, it's the same answer as birth, childbirth, right? I mean, childbirth is not comfortable, and it does not look like fun to me. But at the same time, you know, women get to raise the child inside of them, to grow another human being that they're going to love and to feel that. You know, that's the downside about being a man, is I'll never be able to do that. But hey, the upside is that I'm never going to have to go through that. So that's the one thing, is the childbirth. You know, that's what really separates us. And I hope that doesn't offend everyone, but yeah, kind of weird. All right, that's the questions that I had for this week. Let me know if you guys want me to answer anything else. I'll be happy to do it. Please leave a comment in here. Yeah, things are going really good. Excited about the future. I'm feeling great. You know, moving forward and, you know, try and do the right thing. That's all we can do. So, you know, keep at it. And if you're struggling, just realize results in fitness and life and gaming, whatever, they don't happen overnight. Get that fire. Get that fire inside your belly. You wake up, I have to have this. If you have that fire, you can accomplish anything. Get that fire, look towards the future, and make sure your work, your effort matches your vision, and you'll get it. Might not happen overnight, but it will happen. Thanks for watching.